Hey everyone. So today's a little bit of a vlog. I really didn't know what to do with, the videos I've been working with. It's been a long time since I posted. It's been super difficult. It's been super difficult these last couple of months to even try to be consistent. Between work and not just work, but also changing jobs, and I'm actually tackling a lot of different things. Because I try to make several different types of videos between working out, and I was trying to get more into more of a visual effects lifestyle, which has been kind of difficult to do. Um, be that as it may, I've tried to stay consistent as I can with everything that I've worked with, um, and especially with working on the whole weight loss, exercise. Now, disclaimer: I'm not specifically working towards weight loss. The reason why I've been working towards weight loss is because I'm trying to improve my overall health. But it's not exclusively weight loss that I'm looking for, so much as I'm just looking for being able to function better overall as just a normal human being. I'm not looking for that magical chiseled physique. I'm not looking for, um, you know, that perfect beach body. I'm not looking for those things. I'm looking for the ability to function well, and to not physically struggle whenever I'm, you know, kind of tasked to do things that are a little bit labor intensive, like climbing upstairs. It's a very humbling experience when you kind of wake up and the stairs that you walk up every single solitary day becomes like a breath taker from you. It's kind of like a rude awakening. Um, Now, granted, this was years ago when that happened, but it was something that I've always kind of kept in the back of my mind. Um, as of right now, I just did a workout today. Actually, strangely enough, um, I've been trying to change a couple of things. I've been trying to change how I eat. I've been trying to change, uh, trying to continue doing my exercises, my workout, trying to find out what works for me. Um, One of the things I will say, I finally decided to kind of cave, and I started doing the Noom app. And to be honest, Noom is very interesting. Noom is very, very interesting, and it's not what you expect. It's not really a diet app. It's more along the lines of just making you aware of your eating habits, aware of normal eating habits, and how to, learn to work with them. Not necessarily control them, not restrict them, just learn to work with them. Um, Learn what foods will help you, what foods you can eat to help you lose weight. It doesn't even talk so much about restrictions. It doesn't talk about restrictions in the sense that you and me think of restrictions. We think of restrictions as like, must eat less calories, must keep everything down no matter what we eat. We have to keep it down. Yeah, of course, Noom does talk about the whole calorie aspect of it. Um, but the one of the things that kind of separate them is that, like, when they're saying don't eat, they're not even saying eat less. They're just saying change what you're eating, you know, uh, which is an interesting idea. Just change up what you're eating on a regular basis, and not necessarily stop eating everything that you're eating, but you know, just change up what you're eating more often. Um, which doesn't sound like does that believe it or not, it doesn't sound like that's the same thing, but it's kind of like one of those things is that you don't really understand it until you get into it. So, with that being said, I have learned a great deal about it, and I am learning how to just from eating alone manage my weight. Um, Even though it's not really quite getting there. And that's more my fault than anything. It's my fault because I haven't been taking the advice of Noom, and I haven't been doing the things that Noom has asked me to do, which would not be that hard once I got started down that kind of that road. But it's just being aware of it and taking the steps to make those efforts, which are very very minor, really. Um, so, but the hardest thing about it is I recently started a new job. I started working at Amazon. Um, I'm not a direct employee. I'm a contractor, although I have been offered a job permanently. Not that that's really relevant. But because I've been working with Amazon, the facility I have been assigned to is not quite open yet. And because I've been on the road a lot, and being on the road a lot presents a lot of other challenges just dietary workout regularity, just not there. Well, the funny thing is, actually, I'm actually really good about working out regularly when I'm traveling on my own. Believe it or not, I actually started my I guess you call it my traps. I noticed they become more defined after a while, because there's a time when I was going just working out week after week after week for like 3 weeks straight. No, I mean, I didn't like go like 7 days a week. I kept my normal rest cycles. Like, I didn't typically work out on Tuesdays, and I didn't work out on Saturdays. It's usually a Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And sometimes it's not even that. Usually I work out between 4 and 5 days a week. Um, I have learned over this time that I definitely want to stick to um, a 20-minute cardio at the beginning, some kind of cardio. And I've really like the fact that, like, I've tried bicycling, I've tried running on the treadmill, I tried walking on the treadmill, I tried rowing, I tried the elliptical, and I've done running in place, jumping jacks. Instead of just flat out running, I will alternate what kinds of cardio I'm doing, and a lot of that is because, one, I'm a lot heavier, and the reason why that makes it so difficult is it really, if I just ran for 20 minutes every single day on the treadmill, it really aggravates my plantar fasciitis. I have plantar fasciitis. And if you don't know what plantar fasciitis is, it is a condition. Granted, please keep in mind, this is an oversimplification, right? But essentially, your arch is tearing. The arch of your foot is ripping. I've heard many different ideas of what it's ripping away from, but it's tearing, and you feel it all the way in the back of your heel. That's where you feel it, is in your heel. And it can go from very uncomfortable to super sharp pains, and and you have to learn to control how you, I mean, the only way to fix it is you have to strengthen your arch, but to strengthen your arch, you have to work it. But in contrast, working it is also what's tearing it. So you have to learn that balance. Like, okay, I've strengthened it, I've pushed this far. Okay, it's aggravated. Now I have to back off of it. And a lot of that pain comes from impact. So it'd be better off being able to continue to work it, but not create the impact, which I've had a lot of success with doing low impact things like bicycling, stationary bicycling, obviously, because I don't have a bike right now. So stationary biking, the elliptical, just alternating my workouts has allowed me to kind of like continue to do that warming up cardio, even rowing. I could really get on board with rowing. I just wish more places had row machines, and I really like the row machines that have like water in them. So anyway, be that as it may, I keep jumping on the horse, and I keep going. It's been several months now. I still struggle to get below 200 pounds, and I know part of that is because of my diet, as well as my being able to be consistent in the gym. And consistency is going to be a big part of it. I do remember at one point I was able to kind of like lose a whole ton of weight, but I also had to keep in mind I was consistent in the gym, and I was working a job that was like extremely taxing on my body. I was like carrying up tools up into a aluminum ship, working on these transformers for the Navy, and crawling in there, being up there for like 8, 9, 10 hours, normally 8 hours. So of course, On top of that, I was working out and weightlifting. I was burning a tremendous amount of calories. Even though I couldn't measure it, I could see it in the way that, everything was going. I was just blasting weight away. But now I'm not in a job that's really taxing on my metabolism. I'm not taxing on my calorie count. And even more so, I think my metabolic rate has gone down tremendously. My MBR. So it seems like my MBR has gone below normal, and which makes it even harder. So I'm just trying to take this one day at a time and trying to figure it out, trying to get my consistency going on, trying to manage how I'm eating, learning when not to get something, because I know that I'm either going to eat something later, being in a position where I have to eat something later, and then I end up overshooting my calorie count even when I didn't want to eat. So just learning where those situations are, because evidently you have several different kinds of situations where you're put into a point where you didn't know that you're going to be in to. But anyway, I know I'm talking kind of cryptically, because that's not what this video is about. It's just a vlog covering, how it's been going, and it's not been terrible. If anything, my workouts have been going actually well. I went from not being able to lift anything without getting winded to feeling sick, and now I'm at a point, and granted, this has been several months of practice, but I've gotten to the point where I'm doing much better. I don't feel like I might still be tired or might not be able to do the workouts all the time, but I don't feel sick anymore. I don't feel as winded when I do stuff. I can definitely see an improvement in my performance, which is phenomenal. It's great to know that, at least my performance has improved. And as my performance improves, I imagine, I think I'm theorizing, I may start to see weight loss soon. I have seen weight loss over time. I think I've gone from, and granted, it's been, it's just been so inconsistent. It's been so inconsistent with me. I was always like, I fall off the wagon, I jump on the wagon. But in the last couple of years, I've lost 15 pounds. It doesn't seem like a lot, but believe it or not, it feels different. It is a world of difference to go from 220, 225 to, I think I've been as high as 225 to 205, which I'm sitting around right there, like between 205 and 210, somewhere in that flesh range right there. I kind of sit. But that's also, again, that's going to be part of the whole thing where I have to learn when not to eat certain things or how much not to eat. And I'll be honest, my diet's not great. It's not great. I'm not a professional. I don't sit there and I don't plan out my meals. But I do need to become more aware of what I'm eating. So it's one of those things that's going to be a challenge to me. So, one last thing. One last thing I have to put out there. One thing I've definitely learned to enjoy on the cardio machines is the interval training. Because one of the things that I always struggled with when using the cardio machines, the running, the bicycle stuff, is it's just always so constant. It's so constant and droning, and your body's not meant to work like that. I've really learned to love the interval setting. And the reason why I learned to love the interval setting is you get these moments where you're having to push really hard, and then it backs off and gives you a break. And then you have to go push really hard again, and then it backs off and gives you a break. And it's very interesting how each one works, with the bicycle, with the stationary bicycle and the elliptical, it's all about resistance. But with the treadmill, it more like it keeps you at the same speed, but it creates the resistance by lifting and lowering the incline, which, believe it or not, does have an effect. Does make it harder. And I like that because the interval allows me to have these moments where I work really hard and then it backs off and gives me a chance to kind of breathe. And it's very nice because I think it challenges me, it continues to challenge me, but it doesn't make me feel like it's overwhelming. So I did like that. Not super fond so far of the heart rate feature. I don't know if that has anything to do with the fat loss function that some of these cardio machines have, but I definitely like the interval. Interval has proven to be kind of, in a way, an ally in my endeavors to continue working out. So otherwise, that's all I have. I don't have a lot to add. Hopefully in future videos I will continue to add in, just hopefully, and the whole point of this vlog is, honestly, it's just me. It's about me in this whole journey, trying to get fit, and hopefully through the struggles I'm going through, can relate. I mean, it's really not for specifically anyone else. It's really just me trying to figure it out, and I guess there's a part of me that kind of like wonders, if I put this out there, is someone else going to find it? Is someone else going to be able to get some feedback off of this? Because I feel like so many exercise videos, so many fitness videos, it's just the same stuff over and over and over. It's very repetitious, and there's no real story to how they got there. It's all very summarized. It's all very like, oh, look at the pictures I was and look how I am now. But no journey to get to that point, or the psychological changes, or no record of what it was like before, for them. How long did it take them to get there? What did they have to face? So granted, I'm not saying that that's what's going to have covered in these videos, but I think by being kind of like a upfront, and kind of like just being me on the screen, I hopefully it just kind of like, this is somebody who's going through it right now, and if he sees results, how does that change? It's very difficult to explain. Even I'm still trying to figure it all out. But as of right now, like all my workouts, they're pretty much going to be starting out with cardio for 20 minutes, and the rest of the time I do some kind of weightlifting, or some kind of like just strength or calisthenic training in general. I have been pushing more towards where I've been trying to push weights harder, because I want to strengthen my vascular system. But beyond that, that's what I got for right now. But anyway, peace out.